What's going on, guys? Thanks for joining me for another Pokemon VGC video today. Wait, not another one. No, this is going to be a new series on my channel for the 2016 season. We have a bunch of regionals waiting for us, and we have a bunch of premier events waiting for us, as well as the nationals in 2016. So I wanted to create something a little bit different, and I didn't want to name it Road to Ranked, because it's kind of cliche. It's used by many other famous YouTubers when they do VGC videos, so I wanted to just come up with something original. I came up with it probably in 5 minutes, because it's going to symbolize exactly what I'm trying to do with these videos. It's going to be called Road to Regionals, and it's because basically I'm doing these videos just so I can get the VGC metagame, or at least the 2016 version of the metagame, under my belt so I can know what to expect for future regional and premier event challenges. So we're going to be jumping right into this, and I really enjoyed my Massachusetts regionals team where I in spring, where I brought Charizard, I brought my Scrafty. Those two are the two original for my team. Charizard, Scrafty, I had Rhydon, Metagross, Lapras, and I have Trevenant. Now, that's a very unorthodox team, so I kind of just molded it around the team that I had built right here. I have not done any matches with this team. Like I said, Charizard and Scrafty are the two originals for my team. I did EV them a bit different from my other team, just basically, you know, I EV'd them surrounding the other Pokemon on my team as well. We have the Heatran coming in place of the Metagross for Fairy Resistance. We have the Lando with the Intimidate taking the place of the Rhydon, so we can get the resistance to electricity as well as getting off super effective stab Earthquakes. And we also have Cresselia for the Trick Room taking the place of Trevenant. Trevenant was really good in the sun with its Harvest ability and its Citrus Berry. It was just too weak to too many things, and Aegislash was basically just manhandling it, even though we went 5-3 in those regionals and did very well. But Cresselia taking the place of Trevenant, and then we have Sylveon taking the place of Lapras. Now, you may be asking yourself, how the hell is Sylveon taking the place of Lapras? It's because Sylveon basically just gives so much coverage and keeps Pokemon in check, and it just basically gets rid of threats from my other Pokemon on my team. So this is the team that we're going to be using. We're going to use Charizard, Scrafty, Heatran. We have the Lando, and we have the Cresselia and Sylveon. So what we're going to do right now is, since I have to keep these videos under 15 minutes long, we are going to jump right on the ladder. Like I said, we haven't played any matches with this team just yet, so we're going to be sitting at a ranking of 1500, and we're going to be 0-0 for our record. We're going to be matched up with Moonbeck from Japan with a rating of 1491. Let's see what they have. Oh man, we're going back to VGC 2014 with X and Y with that Klefki and the Prankster ability. We're probably going to see Swagger and the Thunder Wave on it, as well as the Kangaskhan, Lando T. We have the Rotom, Heat, and we have Vivillon. And I can't even think of the other one's name because I don't even see it as often. It's that Dragon Psychic type. I'm sorry. Bit rusty, and you're going to see that. So we're already 30 seconds into the countdown, so we want to see who we want to bring here. Obviously, the Prankster ability is very annoying, but having Skill Swap on my Cresselia is really useful, so I can get rid of that fairly easily. And if he wants to Thunder Wave my Pokemon as well, yes, it's going to be very annoying, but I can also Trick Room and hopefully gain priority over all of his Pokemon. All of his Pokemon seem to be fairly fast, probably outspeeding my Pokemon other than a Klefki, but again, it has the Prankster ability. So I'm just like trying to like think of who I want to bring here just because of that Klefki, because it's so goddamn annoying. Lando fares fairly well in this battle right here. It could superpower the Kangaskhan and just get Intimidates off. Definitely want to lead with my Cresselia in case he leads with his Klefki early on. So I'm going to put my Cresselia up in front there. It's just bulky enough to take a lot of hits. Who else would I want to lead with? Klefki. I could see Klefki and Kangaskhan being a viable lead. So Kangaskhan, I could also lead with my Landorus. But who would I want to lead with? I'm just going to go ahead and lead with my Landorus right here. I'm going to bring the Charizard in the back. And Sylveon looks pretty good here, other than having his Rotom on his team. But I think I'm going to go ahead and bring the Sylveon, because his Rotom's not doing much against my Heatran, it's not doing much against my Charizard, so he might not even bring it in the first place. So, let's see how we do in our first battle on Battle Spot Doubles VGC for Season 12 of Double SWAT Battles, and for our first video with this team. So he does lead with the Kangaskhan, but he also leads with the Latias. That's what it's called, the Latias. So we are going to get a nice Intimidate off onto the Kangaskhan, bring it down to -1, not meaning anything against that Latias. Probably Latias wants to set up that Tailwind. So that is definitely a thing, but again, I have Trick Room on my team, and I can almost guarantee that both of these Pokemon are going to be faster than both of my Pokemon, because my Landorus is not a fast Landorus, is not Choice Scarfed. It does have Assault Vest on it, so it can take plenty of hits. So if this Latias, no, Latias doesn't even get Ice Beam, so the only thing it could hit me with is probably like a Psychic, a Stab Psychic, but I'm not worried about that too much. I do have the Assault Vest on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set up the Trick Room. The only thing he can do is fake out my Cresselia, and I'll probably be taking that fairly well, especially with the Intimidate going off. And I could just go for a straight up, because if he fake outs my Cresselia, which I can see him doing to prevent the Trick Room to go up, I get a free superpower off. Unless he goes for the Protect on his Kangaskhan, but I don't see that happening. So, obviously, Kangaskhan's going to Mega Evolve. Let's go see what he wants to do. So, does he go for the Fake Out onto the Cresselia slot? Yep, he goes for the Fake Out on the Cresselia slot. Again, I'm going to be receiving that fairly well, especially with the Intimidate, and I'm very, very bulky. So, it does get Ice Beam, so I'm going to be receiving that fairly well. With the Assault Vest, I take that, I don't get frozen, I'm going to get the super effective superpower off onto this Kangaskhan. That's going to do a lot of damage, but I'm not going to get the Trick Room up, but that's okay, I can go for the Trick Room on the following turn. So, we do see that the Latias is faster than this Lander, so that is a problem, because I wasn't able to get my Trick Room up. So, I gotta see what I want to do here. We have 50 seconds to choose. I can go for the Trick Room again. Then I will be faster. Thing is, do I want to sack my Landorus right here? I think I do want to preserve it. I didn't take a picture of his team, but I don't think he has many physical attackers on there. I know the one that I should be worried about is this Kangaskhan, but this Kangaskhan isn't doing fairly well right now. So, we're gonna go for the Trick Room right there. He's probably gonna go for another Ice Beam. I don't know whether or not I want to bring my Sylveon in here, even though Sylveon could probably take the Ice Beam fairly well, but does he protect me switching out with my Landorus to preserve the Intimidate for later? I don't know. I don't want to put my Charizard in there to take any unnecessary damage, so let me go into my Sylveon, because I'm very, very especially bulky with my Sylveon. Probably take a non-stab Ice Beam fairly well if he does go for the Ice Beam play again. He probably is going to go for another Ice Beam. Hidden Power? What kind of Hidden Power? That is beautiful! That is beautiful, and frustration? Okay. Into this Cresselia, it's not going to be doing much, especially with that Intimidate. Wow. This is looking really, really good, because I have two Pokemon that are going to attack very, very, very fast next turn with this Trick Room being up. Beautiful. That is very, very beautiful. This Kangaskhan is going to go down unless it switches out or goes for the Sucker Punch on the Cresselia. I could definitely see this Kangaskhan going for the Sucker Punch as the last-ditch effort against this Cresselia to get some super effective damage off on it. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to attack obviously first with my Sylveon. I'm going to do a Helping Hand onto my Sylveon to get this just fucking horribly powerful Hyper Voice off. I don't want to get too excited right now. It is looking good for me right now, but anything could go wrong in VGC. One turn can just basically determine the entire battle, but I'm going to go with that play right now. I'm going to go for the Helping Hand Hyper Voice. If he wants to go, okay, he's going to withdraw. So I was expecting the Sucker Punch. If he went for the Sucker Punch into the Cresselia, he wasn't going to be able to get that. But we are going to see a Helping Hand. This actually should take out this Latias. It should. Life Orbed, Helping Hand, yes. Life Orb, and it does a lot to the Klefki. Does a horrible amount of damage to the Klefki. We do see that the Klefki is in here, so that is a problem. He might bring in the Kangaskhan back in. Yep, I was going to say he's going to bring the Kangaskhan back in, probably because he got rid of the attack debuff. He can go ahead and use a Fake Out. But the thing is, he's probably going to target down my Sylveon with his Klefki. Probably going to Swagger. He's probably you know what he's going to do? He's definitely going to Swagger the Sylveon, because my Sylveon's the only one that presents an offensive threat to his team. So, Swagger the Sylveon. He's probably going to Swagger the Sylveon. fake out the Sylveon, or just swagger the Sylveon, go right into the Sylveon with his Kangaskhan. If he does do that, I'm going to go ahead and Protect. I think Protect is the best play for my Sylveon right now, and go ahead and go for the skill swap on the Klefki to get rid of its Prankster ability. And then we should see how we do from this point on. But I think the smartest play for him is to go right into the Sylveon, but I'm not going to let him have that. He may know that I would be going for the Protect. Well, I guess not. Flash Cannon right into the Sylveon, so a double target like I predicted into the Sylveon. Going to get rid of that Prankster ability on the Klefki. And it is looking very, very good right here. I get the Prankster ability, he gets Levitate, obviously, which does help him out because he's a Steel type. And I can't Earthquake him unless he switches back out. But now I have the Prankster ability, so that's just going to negate me having any type of Trick Room priority because I have that Prankster ability now, unless I go for the attack. So what I can do right now is, neither of these Pokemon are going to be attacking before me, so I can just go for the safe play and go for another Helping Hand Hyper Voice. Why not? He can't do anything about it. I'm going to get this off before anything he can do. Unless his Klefki is slower. Kangaskhan is going to get off that Sucker Punch, but it's not going to be doing anything. Is this Klefki slower than my Sylveon? It should not be. It should not be. And my Sylveon is slower. So I'm going to go attack before both of them. Going to get the knockout on that Klefki. Just, you see the power of Helping Hand. Life Orbed. Pixelate. Boost it. Hyper Voice. That is just absolutely horrifying if you are facing that. And unfortunately my opponent is on the receiving end of that. And all he has left is this Landorus. So it looks like we're going to wrap up an easy win today in this episode. I wish I could do another battle. I want to do 2 battles in each episode, but unfortunately I can't because of the copyright strike that I do have on my channel. So unfortunately I can't do anything about that. Landorus is going to opt for Protect. So obviously showing that he is not Choice Scarf or Choice Bandit, but it doesn't matter at this point because I'm just going to go ahead and double target down. Yep, he's getting rid of the Trick Room, but you know, that's okay. That is okay. Probably going to target down the Sylveon. You know, I mean, I don't have Levitate on my Cresselia anymore, so he's probably just going to go ahead and go for the Earthquake. It should not knock out my Cresselia. Don't know whether or not it'll knock out my Sylveon. It may, but you know, there's no way I can honestly lose this one to a Landorus right now, so I'm just going to go for it. He's going to go for the knockoff. Should not knock out. It does. Okay, that's fine. That is okay. I'm going to get a Stab, Moonblast, single target onto this Landorus, and as you see, I did have the Mental Herb on there. I have the Mental Herb, not the Citrus Berry, on my Cresselia, so that I can guarantee myself to get a Trick Room off in case I get taunted, especially with those damn Thunderuses. They're very, very annoying. Okay, so who do I want to bring in right here? Let's go ahead and bring in our own Landorus to get the Intimidate off on this Landorus. Again, there's no way I should be able to lose this one. He could go for the Rock Slide right now, and he should be faster than both of my Pokemon. But unless he goes for a flinch, it should not knock out my Sylveon. Non-Stab or Rock Slide should not knock out my Sylveon. So let's go ahead and go for our own Rock Slide. It'd be interesting to see if I am faster than him. He's not Choice Scarf, so you know that might be the case. But I'm gonna go ahead and go for a let's go for a Protect, because if my Landorus goes down right here, I have a Charizard in the back as well. So he's gonna go for another Protect to see what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go for Protect on my Sylveon. I don't know why he is dragging out the game. I mean, in my opinion, there's no way for us to lose, but we're just going to go ahead and go for our own Rock Slide, and let's just go for the Moonblast again. And this should seal us up the game unless he gets mattress forfeited. So I don't know why he was dragging the game out so much there at the end. But we are, fortunately enough, going to pick up a win in our first episode. Going to be 1-0. Hopefully we can get some nice points right there. And unfortunately with the copyright strikes, guys, this video has to be under 15 minutes long. And it already is looking like it's going to be 15 minutes long in just 30 seconds. So I'm going to have to end this fairly quick. So thank you everyone that watches my videos. Guys, I'm going to leave a little notation down in the comment section with what I actually want to say during this video, but I can't because of the copyright strike. But thank you for everyone that watches my videos. I would love to get these Pokemon videos out on a daily basis. And that's going to be it. So guys, I will catch you guys in the next episode. I'll catch you in the next episode. See ya.